Hey guys, so in today's video I'll be giving you some of my tips on how to improve your art. I know I'm not the best artist, but these 5 tips I'm going to tell you have helped me go from this to this. So without any further delay, let's get into the tips. So tip 1 is copy. What I mean by copying is when you draw someone else's work, say from a manga, anime, cartoon, or an artist you like, but this isn't just copying. No, I don't mean just mindlessly copying others' work, I mean actively looking at what you're copying and trying to understand why it looks like that. A good idea is to start from a base to create the image and not just putting lines and hoping it comes together okay. For example, look at this. So as you can see, without a base, the face just starts off unproportional, like it just looks a bit weird, and that just makes it hard to, keep everything the same. It may still be readable, like you can still see this is Goku because of the hair, his eyes I guess, and just the style of the art, but it's not the most accurate or repeatable. You can't really repeat this, it will always look different. And now for the one with the base. As you can see, I start off with the base of a head, the circle with the eyebrow line, and I start basing where everything should be off of that line. And already the head isn't weirdly shaped, and it looks proper, it looks how it should do, or sort of. This wasn't my best attempt. This was not the best drawing I could have done of this, but But as you can see, it looks more well proportioned and more proper than the first one. This one's a lot more readable. You can actually see that as Goku, and it looks more like Goku than the first one. This shows, even from my poor attempt, that using a base and really looking and analysing where the lines and features are placed on it allows you to create a more well-rounded piece of art. In the long run, this will allow you to level up your art, because you're not just mindlessly placing lines wherever you think they go, but actually placing them where they will go and where they actually do go, allowing you to understand how, for example, the face is meant to be put together, or an arm, or a leg. I don't say copy just because other artists say copy, but it's actually because I've seen many improvements in my own artwork from copying other artists, but also looking and understanding how other artists do things will help you understand how you may do them, or just how to do them in general. It's a very good way of learning new things, or just getting a better understanding of it. Tip 2. Draw your interest. Drawing things which you enjoy or have an interest in is one of the most important aspects in improving your art. I personally believe this because if you aren't able to enjoy what you're doing in some way, then you'll most likely stop doing it and then see no progress. So I suggest using references from your favourite manga or anime, for example, to learn from, because if you enjoy drawing their work, then linking that enjoyment to what you're learning, or even just learning from their work, like I said in tip 1, it will make things more enjoyable and allow for consistency. Which leads me into tip 3. Tip 3. Consistency. I know this isn't much of a tip and more of a fact, but staying consistent with your art will help yield better and faster improvement. This is why I say tip 2 is really important, because it aids consistency, making it easier to keep practicing regularly. Why is training important? Well, because you forget most of what you learn if you don't reinforce it with regular practice and review. Meaning, it doesn't matter if you say practice drawing a head for 4 hours one day. If you don't do that again, say for another month, you would have practically lost all information and forgotten exactly how to draw that head. So it was pointless you spending those 4 hours because you didn't retain any of the information anyway. Which means you have to regularly review and practice those skills to make sure that they stay and are cemented in your mind. This is shown like Ebbinghaus' learning curve of information or whatever, you know, you can go check that out if you really want to, but that's why I say consistency is key. Without consistency, you are not going to see improvement. For this, I recommend practice whatever you want to practice, say the arm or a leg, and get your repetitions in. Wait a couple days and try to recall and draw what you were learning without the reference, and then refer to the reference and see how well you did it. If you didn't do that well, then keep practicing again, and just keep doing that until you get better and better and better, and then you're able to draw the reference without seeing the reference. Tip 4, goals. Setting clear goals for yourself is important. It will allow you to know where you're at now and what you want to move towards. This really helps because sometimes art can be overwhelming and you can get yourself bogged down and stagnate because of that. So picking small goals to work towards and larger goals for later on in the future will help loads in keeping your head free from how overwhelming this can be. Like, with anatomy there's so much to learn, so just take it bit by bit and keep goals small. For example, learning the legs. And once you understand how the leg is drawn, move on to the next goal, maybe the arm, and so on. Make sure you pick small, appropriate goals and larger goals for the future where you want to be. Because having that clear path allows you to stay focused with your practice and keeps you from getting so overwhelmed. And now for tip 5, don't force it. I know this is a bit of a dumb one, but for real, don't force yourself. If you're not enjoying making art at all and you feel burnt out, pushing will only make it worse. Like when I watch too much anime and I get burnt out and I try to force myself to watch more, I really just don't enjoy it, and then I end up taking even longer breaks from it, and I end up 10 episodes behind, and then I have to catch all the way back up. So take your time. Trying to push something that isn't there won't work, so wait until it comes back and just begin again. Because taking 1 or 2 days away is better than pushing and then taking a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month. I've done it to myself so many times and it's just not helpful. You lose so much progress. So if you're still here, thank you for watching the video, and maybe put DL in the comments to show me that you made it this far. So I know you guys have probably thought that this video is going to be about tips like how to draw a head better, or how to simplify anatomy, those sort of tips. But I chose these tips because, yeah, learning all that stuff and getting better at it is good. But if you don't do or have these things that I've mentioned, it will be a lot harder. And those brief hours of effort here and there will contribute to something, but not as much as it could have been. So I hope you guys take what I've said into account and consideration when you practice or when you do art, because I really do think these things will help you in the long run. But that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.